Hi, ladies. Yeah. So, welcome back. This is not my channel or our channel, but welcome back. This is the part two of our three parts, two-thirds of our lesson about gifts. Okay, so we will be discussing six more gifts this afternoon or afternoon to right now. So, papansin nyo, medyo my cheeks are getting bigger. Yes! At medyo nagla-lighten tayo kasi nakaharap ako actually sa window para free yung lights. Anyway, before we discuss it, I would just like to share no, some introduction. How are you, ladies? Kung ano-ano na bang nabubuong mga recipe. I'm seeing some posts about recipe or the cravings. I am having cravings for the past few days. Kasi yung monthly visitor natin, malapit nang dumating. So, I'm having cravings. Unfortunately, hindi siya pwede ngayon. So, si Macdo fries, si mga other, buti na lang hindi ako nag-crave sa milk tea ngayon. But, usually, ang cravings ko, it's either super matamis or super maalat. Before the due date of our monthly visitor. So anyway, I hope you ladies are fine. Please stay home. Okay. We may not handle everything at this time, but at least let's abide and comply with what we are told to do. This is for everybody. Okay, for everyone. And ayun, I would just like to share an introduction before this because for the past few days after our last recording, I've learned so much. Wow. Especially with this trying times situation that we have. So, hindi man lang ako lumabas or whatever. I've gone through sa Golden City lang. Yung mga necessities like bread and vegetables na kailangan. I just bought some, but that's it. I mean, yun lang. Pero, even though we are staying here at home, I've learned so many things. Diba? I just want to share some insights that what is happening right now is what really the enemy wants. Okay, so he wants us to feel anxiety. He wants us to feel depressed. He wants us to worry. He wants us to fight against each other, criticize each other. He wants us really to get mad. I was mad. I was angry. I was criticizing each and every one who would fail, who would not comply, who ano man the term, matigas ang ulo. Okay, so he wants us to get mad. He wants us na magkagulo. That's what really he wants. That's what he really wants. That's the enemy wants. And right now, we are giving him what he wants. So what I've learned is, oo nga no, parang this is what the enemy wants. He wants the world in chaos. He wants us, especially Christians, to feel the storm around us. And to not recognize, appreciate, acknowledge, and feel the presence of God, the peace that we have in our hearts. Okay, so if you have seen some posts or memes regarding about Noah's Ark or how 40 days and 40 nights, tayo nga 1 month lang di ba? Or some other countries maybe 2 months. But then ang hinihiling lang sa atin, our major request was 1 month. Pero ang daming pumipiglas, ang daming, they're really worried. We really can't deny the fact that some of the Filipinos, especially dito sa medyo, what do you call that? I forgot the term. Sa mga depressed areas na araw-araw lang yung pangkabuhayan nila or nabubuhay lang pang araw-araw. Diba? We have our work, we have our savings, we have our home, work from home. But how about them? Wala sila talagang internet, wala talaga silang stock for food. They just live by each day. So talagang andun yung fear, anxiety nila na paano kami mabubuhay? But that's the point eh. That's the point of having faith. So what did we do? Let's go back to the to the story from the Bible. Even the God or Jesus Christ was with them inside the boat, diba? The disciples, nagpanic pa rin. So, we will apply it here in the present time. Ano ginawa natin? Inaway natin yung kapitan ng barko. Nagkagulo tayo. Nagkagulo tayo sa bawat butas na makikita natin sa barko. Instead of helping each other and working together on patching on those mga butas or holes na pinapasok ng water, nagkagulo tayo, nagpanic tayo, literal. Nagpanic buying, literal. Diba, nagpanic tayo kasi maugutom tayo. Bumabagyo, nagkakagulo, lulubog ang barko. Magkakagulo, ang lakas ng hangin, the storm is really raging. But we forgot that God or Jesus Christ is within us, actually. And He's peacefully sleeping or resting. Diba? Because that is called faith. So, what did we lose here? Or what did we lose here? Our faith. We forgot that. That's number one na nawawala. And our peace. So, what I've learned is that, oh nga, no, this is what the enemy wants from me. He wants me to get mad. He wants me to get angry. And I'm giving it to him. He's winning. Diba? So, ladies, if you can and if you must, diba? Let's take a deep breath and breathe out, diba? And let's recover ourselves from that anger, from that emotion, especially us ladies na very emotional, lalo na pag naboboard, marami naboboard, kung ano-ano ang naiisipan natin gawin or maramdaman or isipin. And remember our lesson from our kick-off last January, before everything else went all those, buti na lang nakapag-kick-off tayo sa Tagaytay when before the Taal blasted, diba? Or nag-ashfall. Anyway, so remember that lesson that we have to guard our own emotions. We have to guard our own self because, again, let's go back to that verse that our heart is really deceitful. Okay? Minsan, yan pa yung nagpapa-fall sa atin into wrong places, wrong decisions, wrong choices. And eventually, we regret. Nagiging resentment natin siya afterwards. But anyway, that's just a simple introduction about what happened, diba? Maybe it's part of high and lows, but I want to share and impart some of it sa inyo na right now, if you're having trouble or challenges sa pagmamanage ng emotions natin, always remember, let us not make our emotions I forgot the term, but sorry. I was distracted again, but wag nating hayaan na ma-overcome tayo ng enemy. We should be the one conquering that fear. First of all, we are the Christians. We are Christians. Tayo yung number one na dapat. Una, sumusunod. Pangalawa, tayo yung nagli-lead to the others that, hey, we should have faith. Hey, we should have peace. Hey, we should have trusted. Although at this time, mahirap magtiwala, mahirap maniwala. But that's all we can do right now. Number one is to pray, believe. Let's comply, let's obey. Diba? And that's all we can do. Because that's what God wants us to do. Just stay put inside your own houses. Okay? So, actually, as I was really searching for this and overviewing our lessons or part 2 of our 3 series for the gifts, sobrang I was so amazed on how God really wants to share this with us, especially ladies, no, na, ay, ang galing, kasi sobrang relevant, sobrang uh, in perfect timing, yung mga list of gifts na sunod-sunod. It is random lang siya, hindi ko siya pinili or anything, but yung pagkakasunod-sunod niya is really timely. Okay, so let us proceed. Okay, sana may natutunan kayo dun sa introduction that hopefully we can manage ourselves, no. As I was saying, I would want to make social media distancing as well, but since naboboard ka, or you have to really keep on being updated on what is happening na outside since we are staying at home. So, yun nga lang, nafe-feed yung negative side natin. But, we can manage it by faith. Okay, let God rule over us, not the enemy. Okay, so, anyway, let's proceed. So, we had, if you can remember, what are the first 6 gifts that we had? Spiritual gifts. Number 1 is the gift of administration. Number 2, the gift of apostleship. We have name dropped someone that we know who could have this kind of gift. Number 3 is the gift of discernment. Number 4, gift of evangelism. Okay, and number 5, the gift of exhortation, and lastly, the gift of faith. So those were the 6 gifts that we have discussed from the previous video or lesson. So on this second part, we will be discussing 6 more. So let's start with the gift of, yes, I hope you can read. Ayan. So right now, I really chose yung blank paper na, hindi na siya scratch paper because nahihiya naman ako sa inyo. Okay. Okay. Giving. Those who have this gift are particularly willing and able to share what resources they have with pleasure and without the need to see them return. You can screenshot Luke 6:30. Okay, so you can take note of this, screenshot this. Okay. Those who have this gift are particularly willing and able to share what resources they have with pleasure and without the need to see them return. So very important yun. I want to stick on that last part. Without the need to see them return. Okay? Let's open our Bibles in Luke 6:30. Where's my Luke? Luke 6:30. Give to every man that asketh of thee, and of him that taketh away thy goods, ask them not again. No. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, those Christians who have this kind of gift gives generously. But they don't need to see them return. Ibig sabihin, hindi humihingi ng kahit anumang kapalit. And let's take it also, praise. Okay? Or recognition or acknowledgement do sa ginawa nila. Very important nowadays. The Greek word also for the word for the gift of giving is, can you read this? Metadidomi. It means to impart, to give, and haplotes, which means sincerely, generously, and without pretense or hypocrisy. Ouch. Or screenshot. Again, to impart, to give, sincerely, generously, and without pretense or hypocrisy. Very, very mabigat. Right? Okay, so those with this gift of love, those with this gift love to share with others the overflow of blessings God has given them. Okay, they are typically very generous and hospitable. Okay, so sila yung usually makikita mo sila sa church or in everywhere, and will seek out ways and opportunities to help others. Okay, they are also excellent stewards and will often adjust their lifestyles in order to give more to the spread of the gospel, and the care of the needy. Okay? Take note of that. They are grateful when someone shares a need with them and are always joyful when they can meet that need. Okay. So very careful on those. Okay? Kasi we tend to really, we just have to be careful in patronizing the people who have this kind of gift. Sometimes kasi it's also a part of our nature, no, as humans, and siguro as ano na rin, as Filipinos, na kapag nakita mo na ay ang generous, parang si Willie Revillon, sorry for the name drop, no? So parang ginagawa nyo siyang pinapatronize nyo siya na parang yay, sali ka sa Will's I don't know his show, but diba, the people nakakita ka na ay ang ano to, ang generous nito. So, they tend to patronize it. Even as Christians, hindi tayo exempted doon sa ganung feeling. Kasi we're still human beings, okay? But, you have to take note of this kind of gift, or the person who has this kind of gift is different, okay? You may seem to always see them on the spotlight, who would always raise their hands during fundraising, for example, or project pledges. Okay, so for example, mag-a-announce na, okay, we have this kind of project. We have a fundraising. The amount starts at 20 pesos. Who wants to pledge? Siya talaga, 100! Or, paano yan? 1,500! Diba? So, yun yung mga usual na makikita mong giver. Okay? The difference there is, sila rin yung mismong madalas na nanlilibre or nagigive ng treat, because you can see them, you are not naman negative, no? Parang, ay, ang dami-dami ng blessings. So, overwhelming. Super dami. Kaya, namimigay siya ng kung anong food, ng titreat siya, okay? So, there's nothing wrong, okay? And bad, okay? Let us just proceed with the purpose and intentions, okay? So, sila yon. They are the givers, okay? And those people who have this kind of gift usually are those kind of people. We just have to be careful with this. Most people use this kind of act, the giving act, to boost their egos and be on the spotlight, okay? So, we have to be very careful on that, because some of them, ginagawa lang yung act of giving just to boost their egos. Ay, iba yan. Kung ikaw, ang libre mo lang, 3-in-1 yan, Starbucks yan. Or, ay, pandesal lang nilibre sa amin yan, potok lang, ganyan. Siya, Goldilocks cake. Okay, may brand. Okay, so, just to boost their egos. Or, most importantly, lalo na kapag in a crowd, kapag projects or fundraisings, you would really see their hands. Ako to, 1,000 talaga, 1,000, pataasan. Pataasan din ng egos yan. Believe it. Okay, because the true people who have the real gift of giving doesn't need that. Okay, the spotlight, ika nga. Okay, the acknowledgement. Na, let us thank brother or sister like this for sponsoring our campers, or for our new like this. Those people or Christians who have this gift doesn't need that. And most of them, ayaw nga nilang babanggit yung names nila, that they're the one who give it. Okay? So, they're just, so be very careful. If the people who are doing that act of giving are just wanting to be praised, be careful. Okay? Remember, the verse in Luke, a real and true Christian who has this gift doesn't expect something in return, especially the acknowledgement. Okay? They give what? What's our definition again? Sincerely. Again, ito pa. They adjust their lifestyles so that they can give. Okay? So, we can see those people who have this kind of gift, really. If you can see them na, ay, meron akong faith promise. Okay? May faith promise ako. So, I would, magtitipid ako. I would save up. Hindi ako bibili ng ganito for a week just to save up for my faith promise. Okay? So, they adjust their lifestyles. Hindi mo na ako mag-milk tea, hindi mo na ako magaganto. May pinag-iipunan ako eh. Okay? But those people na nagpuboost lang ng egos nila, ay, I'll buy like this, I'll buy like that, and then I'll post it on Facebook or on whatever. I'll post it in social media so that people would think that I can afford this kind of food. People would think that I can afford this kind of restaurant. People would think I can afford this big ref, big TV, big house, big sasakyan, bagong ganito, bagong ganyan. Diba? So, people would think, but not minding how God would think of them. Anyway, let's proceed. Most especially, they are what? Good stewards. Ayan. So, ang pinagkakalooban lang ng ganitong kind of gift are good stewards. If they are not good stewards, be very careful. Baka hindi yan talaga Christian with the gift of giving. Okay? Okay, they give, so that the most special they're good. So before you patronize someone who seems to be a giver, check the background first. Is the person doing it sincerely or for a purpose only? Is the person a good steward with the kind of lifestyle that he or she has? Okay, so good steward ba siya? Na yung ganito yung salary niya or ganito yung income niya na alam mo, tama ba yung paggamit niya? Diba? Giver ba talaga siya in that way? Okay, I'm not to criticize, not to be very critic, but you have to discern first, diba? Let us stop patronizing those Christians. Kasi hindi talaga dapat yung Christian ang pinapatronize natin. Again, what are the purpose or what is the sole purpose of spiritual gifts? To glorify God. Use it for God. Purpose of God's work. But pag ang tao na yun napapatronize natin or na-glorify, hindi na yan gift. Okay? You will usually have the sight of these people if you can see them at the backstage. So, the real Christian who has the real gift of giving, you can usually see them at the backstage. Wala sila sa spotlight lagi. Lagi silang si unknown sponsor, si unknown giver. And they can give in different ways. Kasi nga, ang puso nila gusto lang talaga magbigay. So, in whatever ways they can, financially man, materially man, o hindi, gagawa sila ng paraan because their heart is always there for giving. When you found out that your church was able to raise this huge amount of budget for a certain project from an unknown member, when surprisingly your church got a new set of items in a certain department, most people with this gift doesn't want to be praised, yet wanting to give more, even without recognition. Okay, those are the people or Christians who have this kind of gift. They give without recognition. They don't want anything in return. Okay, next. Our next gift is healing. Okay, healing, the capability used by God to restore others, be that physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. 1 Corinthians 12 verse 9. Screenshot this. Okay, you can take note of this also for your reference. Okay, healing. In 1 Corinthians 12 verse 9, sorry, late akong kapagbukas. 12:9. To another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit. Okay. So, this spiritual gift is this spiritual gift is closely related to the gifts of faith and miracles. Okay? Healing. Para siyang nag-overlap sila pero dapat hand in hand sila ng faith and miracles. Because you can heal without faith, and of course, you cannot heal kung walang miracle from God. Okay? Though all spiritual gifts are to be exercised with faith. Again, lahat, all of those 18 spiritual gifts, you have laging kasama si faith. You can't exercise or apply it without faith. Okay? But the gift of healing involves a special measure of it. This gift doesn't guarantee that a person will always be able to heal anyone or anyone he or she desires. It is subject to the sovereign will of God, as all spiritual gifts are. Okay? So, pag sinabing meron akong gift of healing, or someone has a gift of healing, once na nag-try siya i-apply or i-exercise yun, even with so much faith, so much prayer, so much belief, okay? If God doesn't allow it, if it is not the will of God, wala yan. Okay? So, lahat din ng spiritual gifts, kahit meron ka pa niyan, kapag hindi yan inalaw ng Panginoon, walang mangyayari. Walang healing na mangyayari. Okay? So, hindi siya nag-guarantee na porket yung gumawa sa'yo niyan has the gift of healing, automatic meron na. No. Hindi po siya. Okay? Hindi yung tao, hindi yung pagsyanong yun. It's all about the work of the Holy Spirit. Okay? The disciples were given authority to heal and cast out demons, right? But they were not always successful. Hindi lahat. Because God has the only go signal. He's the one who only gives the go signal. If healing is not granted, then we can conclude that God has greater plans for letting that person go through the illness or infirmity. Okay, so pag hindi nangyari, some of us would tend na, ay bakit? Bakit ganun? Bakit naman ganun? Bakit naman po ganun, di ba? But we just have to conclude that God has better plans. Okay? We always don't know. The main goal or purpose of the person with this gift is to reveal that God is near to His people and He cares about their suffering. They are meant to draw people to God through His Son, Jesus Christ. Okay? They have to impart to those who were healed to respond in faith with thanksgiving and love. Okay? So, ano yung purpose ng may mga gift of healing? To reveal that God is near to him. Okay? Parang, hingil ka ng Panginoon, hindi para kung ano pa man. But you have to recognize God. Okay? Just like the leper in Luke 15, or Luke 17, 15 to 19. There's my, this very good story. I want to really, 17 ba? 17 ba? Luke 17, 15 to 19. Okay? And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back and with a loud voice glorified God. Okay? And fell down on his face at his feet, giving him thanks, and he was a Samaritan. And Jesus answering said, were there not 10 cleansed? But where are the 9? There are not found that returned to give glory to God, save this stranger. And he said unto him, arise, go thy way, thy faith hath made thee whole. That's what I really like about that. Okay, emphasizing on verse 15. It says there, he turned back and with a loud voice glorified God. Let's go back to the story. This is the story of 10 lepers. 10 lepers sila. 10 sila na pinagaling ng Panginoon. Okay? But out of those 10, isa lang yung bumalik at nagpasalamat. And what? With a loud voice, glorified God. And then, what did he do in verse 16? He fell down on his face at his feet, giving him thanks. Nagpasalamat siya. Pero nung verse 17, sabi ng Panginoon, di ba, 10 kayo? Ba't ikaw lang yung bumalik? Nasaan yung 9? Diba? Hinanap ng Panginoon, 10 kayong binagaling ko ah. Nasaan yung 9? Sabi niya sa verse 18, hindi niya alam. And on verse 19, this is the very good part of the verse. Arise, go thy way, thy faith hath made thee whole. Okay, di ba yung pinakamasarap? Among those 10, isa lang yung bumalik para magpasalamat at mag-glorify sa Panginoon. Yung siyam, hindi. Pero yung isang yun na nagpasalamat, siya yung what? Made whole. Sa palagay nyo yung siyam na yun, na hindi bumalik, naging buo sila. Gumaling lang po sila. Pero hindi po sila nabuo. Hindi nabuo. Anyway, one of the major purpose of this gift is to draw people closer to God. Pinagaling ka, hinil ka ng Panginoon spiritually, emotionally, or physically. Okay? Let me make this clear. This gift of healing doesn't necessarily mean na physical. Wala na atang gumagawa ngayon nun, as far as I can notice and observe, no? But this really means emotional, spiritual, okay? Na if God healed you, ang purpose niyan is para ma-realize mo that the healing was from the Lord. And you have to give thanks and glorify Him. One of the major purpose of this gift is to draw people closer to God, increase their faith, and make them whole. Okay? Magkaiba kasi yung pinagaling ka lang. Okay? Just like the 9 lepers. Gumaling lang sila. Pero after no healing, what's next? I can testify on that. That after the healing, hindi natatapos doon. You have to make yourself whole again. You have to be whole again. And what could only make you whole? Faith. Okay, go back to faith. We usually use the word back to myself. I want to be whole again. In that verse, what did make the leper whole? His faith. Hindi ka mabubuo ng kung sino man. Yes. Hindi ka mabubuo ng someone. Hindi ka mabubuo ng kahit anong circumstances or achievements that you had in your life. It is only by faith. Okay? So, gumaling ka man or whatever, hanggat hindi ka nag-glorify back sa Panginoon, kung ano man yung achievement na narating mo, na nag-undergo ka in a really, really big downfall sa buhay mo, God healed you, God restored you, pero hindi ka bumalik sa Panginoon, okay, sorry, hindi ka mabubuo pa rin. Gumaling ka lang. Alright? Okay, in that verse, what did make the leper whole? His faith. So ladies, if you want to be whole again, after all those roller coaster ride of circumstances in your life, you have to have faith and be healed. Okay, so let us go back to the first sentence. Dun sa binigyan natin. Healing doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a leper to be healed. Hindi kailangan yun. You have to be sick emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. I believe these people with this kind of gift would have the amazing senses to know and feel who from a group of people needs healing. That is the amazing part of having this gift. Na parang they have this seventh sense or nth sense to know and discern who needs them and when they are needed. Okay? So, if you are familiar with Nanny McPhee, okay, nasa sense na kung sino yung family or kids na may kailangan lang sa kanya. Right? So, that is why it is called God-given gift. God is the only one who could give the go signal. Besides, if it is not according to His will, no matter how you try to heal that person, emotionally, spiritually, that person won't be healed. Again, diba? Also remember that the main ingredient how to be healed is faith and thanksgiving. Okay, so let's continue, but I have to cut this first. Medyo mahaba na yung time natin. Baka hindi natanggapin ni YouTube. So we are 34 minutes already. We are on our third. Okay, so wait lang.